Working on getting the stream up and going. I did the same thing I did yesterday where I didn't actually change the title of the stream, so I just want to go in and make sure it is on the right day, or else I will get confused later. Alright, 4:15. And before we get going here, let me just share the link around a little bit. Alrighty. It shared around a little bit. Not shelled around. Let me do one last thing and we'll get cracking. Plunge my French press here. Maybe you can hear me pour myself a cup of mug. It's all fine and dandy. Alrighty. Let's do this thing. A little disheveled today. Been utilizing my time here in the... I'll just wear this one, that's fine. Been trying to utilize my time a little bit better. Here in my little studio closet. Truth be told, I have not been in a great mental space the last several days. I know that many of us are there probably pretty often, and it's important that we kind of are able to identify that in ourselves and to know it, so we don't just stagnate with like this festering wound of emotions held within us. That does no good for no one, not you, especially not me, especially not any of us, I should really say. My space is an absolute nightmare. I'm actually going to show you guys real quick what I'm working on. Quite goofy looking, I realize. It's quite weird. It's a little like hat band made out of cardboard. Nice, secure, snug fit. I've got a pretty big head, but I wanted to make sure that it was nice and tight because I'm making myself just a big like cardboard mask, kind of like the artist Wayne White, if you're familiar with him. I love that guy. Here's the face that's going on. Right now all I really have is kind of the curvature of the top of the head and the nose. I'll work on getting some more after stream. I really wanted to work on it during stream, but due to my own technical ignorance right now, I don't know how to make that happen. I was trying to use my camera on my iPhone to make it work, or my iPad to make it work. but then you're left with this little bar, and it's not great. I wasn't crazy about it. This is kind of in view, but that's okay. All right, what are we doing today? First, I just kind of want to start off. What have you been reading lately? I've been reading a couple different things personally. One thing that has been great is when we first went on this S'more and Spleen, I was way more apt to read during the day. And I was getting a lot of books read, but I kept going back to Brian Doyle's One Long River of Song. And it's a great collection of Brian Doyle's essays, but it also made me very emotional because it was very well written, and the dude really knew how to kind of hit at the heart of what he was talking about very succinctly. And I really admired that, and it just made me emotional. So I was just reading it too much and kind of hanging out in that weird head-heart space a little too often. So kind of laid off the books for a second, and then to get myself back into it, I've been reading through the Ultimate Spider-Man series. It's very good. I think there's only 133 issues on Marvel Unlimited. That's fun. But let's get into the doodling. Let's draw some. I have no plan. Kind of burnt. That's alright. Let's rock and roll. Go in here. Again, I'm using Procreate, which is an app on the iPad Pro. There's a lot of other options for you as far as drawing apps on a digital device goes. All that's fine and well. I would encourage just a pencil and a pen, or a pencil and a piece of paper. I've been wanting to draw that way on stream. But again, same issues with technical limitations. I don't really know what I'm doing yet, and so I'm figuring it out day by day. What are we going to do? Today, let's just do blobs. Great thing about doing these kind of like just blobby challenges is you don't know what you're going to find. You don't know what you're going to see. So I'm just drawing a bunch of random blobs. Did this with my students right before we left. For all the things, for all the reasons we all already know. Some of them seemed to really enjoy it, which made me happy. Some of them found it really annoying, which I can understand as well. I don't like how close I got to the edges, so I'm just going to bring it in a little bit, give it a little bit of a border. Alright, that's pretty good. Let's do a new layer. I'm going to bring the opacity down in that. Now all that I'm looking to do is to look at these shapes. What do I see in these shapes? There's a lot going on already. If I'm looking at them on a different screen, I see some ghost blobs. I see a peanut already. I see a loafer with the really long toe. I had to say this the other day. Sorry for having to blow my nose, but my allergies have just been nuts. The Tennessee weather's been wild. I really burnt the time out of my middle finger on my right hand earlier too, playing with this hot glue gun. Alright, let's draw some things in these blobs. I'm going to start with this guy because I see a chair and I love it. I'm going to go in still lightly. Again, I'm on that new layer that I created so I don't obliterate the original sketch or the original blob that I saw. Hope you're staying safe. a little bit. Take a few of those strokes away. There we go. Yeah, I like that big blobby stuff better. This is a pretty goofy looking chair. Not very anatomically correct for a chair. It's got some kind of wonkiness going on, but I like it. It almost looks like one of those inflatable chairs that was so popular in the 90s. I remember selling smart cards, which if you're not familiar are these little, I don't know how many other like little regions or areas or what have you actually did smart cards. School systems. Smart cards were these discount cards. They were like 15 or 20 bucks or something. I think they were 20. And it was a fundraiser. It was a school fundraiser. That leg over here is weird. Let me go back a couple steps. Let me just go back to the bones of this structure. Maybe like that. Oh, let's put it going the other way. Whew, my fingers hurting where I burn it with that hot glue gun. I don't know if you can see it on this low quality webcam that I shoot myself with. It's all blistering out. Painful. But smart cards were a fundraising effort. And I was always really big into selling smart cards. I got a kick out of it because they would give you rewards as a student if you sold X amount of smart cards. It was always stuff that was really cool as a kid, and you'd get so excited about it. But it was like nothing. And I remember one year I had like tied another kid for selling the most smart cards, and I was so pleased with myself. And I think like the best prize that I won, I'm going outside my mind a little bit. It's a weird chair. I don't like it anymore, actually. But the best prize that I won was a small black and white TV with an FM transmitter in it. AM FM transmitter, so it was like a TV radio. It was like this big, all said and told. Probably had, I don't know, 8 C batteries that kept it going, is what it required. And I remember taking it on a scout trip with Dad, where I think we stayed at some race car track, and maybe it was like the Nashville Motor Speedway or something. And I remember we're trying to watch, I think it was Third Rock from the Sun. Third Rock from the Sun. And then I got sick. I think it was an asthma attack. I remember getting super ill. And then on the way home, the tire on our trailer blew out. because Dad had brought a lot of like other camping supplies for other scouts or something like that. Dad was also like always the cook, so we had a couple different Dutch ovens and just various little things like that. Or not really little Dutch oven. That was a pretty good sized Dutch oven, but smart cards. Okay, I'm spending too much time on the silly chair. These are supposed to be quick doodles. Instead, I'm sitting here overthinking it because I'm thinking about smart cards and not paying attention to what I'm doing. Go fast. Finger hurts so bad where I burnt it. Alright, silly chair. Move on. Okay, call it. Let's do that loafer I talked about earlier. Scene over here. What's up with those tassels they put on loafers? Big old long-toed loafer. Be a pretty good nickname for someone that had really big feet and they were also really lazy. Here comes Daryl. The old long-toed loafer. He's a sweet guy, though. Just throwing some, a little bit of quick shading, just throwing mess down. Differentiate it. There we go, long-toed loafer. Now this one right here. Without a doubt, could quite easily become a peanut. We know this. But can we find something else in there that's not just a peanut? I guess sideways it's a mask. Don't know where that was going. Do know where it was going, I just failed. Look at that. From peanut to extremely judgmental bird. Just like that. I don't know if the type of bird's important. It's just definitely probably got its priorities a little skewed. Probably. But it's too close to that other one. I mean, we all know birds like that in our lives, I think. There's one yapping outside my studio right now. It's okay, I like them. There we go. Alright, what else we got? This guy over here. Right, we know what this guy is now. He's hiding right there in plain sight. Oh, Mr. Turtle. This is not what a turtle shell does whatsoever. That's alright. There he is. The old turtle. This is some kind of dinosaur or something. Hey, Lou. That's my dog. I don't know what she was doing out there. Okay, that thing is scary looking. This, I know for sure what this is. You know what it is? Melted piece of American cheese. T-bone steak. I'm flying through these right now because honestly I was not feeling a lot of what I was seeing inside these shapes. So kind of just trying to get over to a new set of shapes. Dude in there. This is, what is that? It is a, oh man, there's Snoopy in there. You see him? How does Snoopy smile? Does it connect around? Snoopy's in there. This is definitely just like a pinto bean. This is a sweet potato for sure. Potato of any sorts. Oh, look, it's kind of a cute little mole. Oh, it turned into a hedgehog. Oh, adorable. Bicycle seat. Let's do something new. That got boring. Alright. I'm gonna think of something. Let's do. Hmm. Can you hear my neighbors yelling? They are using some unsavory language. Hey, what should I draw?
Draw kitty.
Okay, Kay says draw a kitty. That's always her decision. Or always her. What? A kitty riding a horse, I think is what she said. But Kaylee is actually the resident expert of drawing horses. I don't know how she's so good at drawing horses. Alright. Let's see. You can draw kitties all different ways. I like drawing a good kitty like this. Nice round one. It's just a beautiful cat right there. Pretty good kitty cat. This is a big boy. This cat should probably go to the vet and quick. Okay, said to put this cat on a horse. I'm not good at drawing horses. Horse looks like this. And maybe the horse is looking back like, yo, you are one fat cat. What's a horse back leg do? This? Front leg do this? They're opposite, right? That doesn't look right. Horse do this. I don't know what a horse's legs do. I don't like that horse either. One, two, three. Big fat kitty cat. Oh, you know what? This is the type of horse we're going to have this kitty cat sitting on. You know it. What's a hobby horse? Are these things hobby horses? This looks more like a donkey. rocking horse. Wait, a hobby horse is a rocking horse? Oh, this horse's hair is beautiful. Oh, that eyeball is good. Ooh. This horse looks like he's seen some better days, if we're going to be honest. It's okay to laugh at what you do. I have to laugh at myself a lot. Because I often find myself intentionally doing and saying stuff that's just kind of stupid. Not because I think it's that funny. Like, maybe objectively this horse isn't that funny. But sure giving me a kick right now. I like that this cat's hair accidentally looks like a crown, so let's just make it look more like a crown. So it looks like it's this cat's birthday. It's this cat's birthday. And all of his wildest hopes and dreams are coming true right now. Oh, I hate those eyeballs. So how do we make this look more like a cat? Well, I guess I can retire after this photo. I'll never draw anything better than this. And look, we do the selection tool. Oh, wait. Let's make it more convincing. Oh, no. Would you look at that? Doubt that's what Kay was meant thinking about, but we got there all the same. I burnt the fool out of my finger. I love everything about this horse's hair. Like that it kind of looks like slime from Nickelodeon. I love that it looks so happy about it. It takes a lot of pride in its daily routine. And I guess at the end of the day, I think that a horse should feel that pride for itself. I guess that's really like my thesis statement for these streams, is that horses should have pride in themselves. We've come a long way. still measure how powerful our engines are based upon this majestic creature. Critter, even. Majestic critter? No, it's not a critter. Don't like the eyes for this cat. Oof, really hate that. Oh, I love that look for this cat. Actually, I don't. Oh, okay, hang on. Give me just a second here. It's not a bad look. I gotta stretch my legs. I've been sitting here playing with cardboard all day long. Whew. Okay. Now let's take a step back on those eyeballs. Better just open white pupils, which is kind of creepy. I also really like it. And the legs don't make sense. These guys don't make sense. I hear what you're saying, Dylan. It's a cartoon cat, really fat cat riding a rocking horse. It doesn't have to make sense. And I'm telling you, really, I'm right there with you, but things could still look better. I like this horse so much better than I like the cat. Check something real quick. Make sure we're good. Respond to my mother-in-law. All right. All right, what can we do to change this cat? Because I don't like the cat anymore. I like his overall rotundness. Let's turn the opacity down. Oh, not that far. Let's turn the opacity down on him so it's kind of harder to see him. Let's give ourselves a new layer. Maybe it's because I hunch over while I do these things. I'm going to try to find... kind of a really nice textured brush. That's kind of nice. It's a nice brush. My application of it is leave something to be wanted. Don't like it. I think I drew this too small for the size of the pen. Next. See if we can't find another brush. Sharp. Ooh. This one's got a lot of nice texture. Ooh. Really get thick. One thing that I'm always very distinctly aware of when I'm doing any kind of like clarification work is I'm still not great at it. I need a lot of practice. I'm really out of practice. If you're familiar with the artist Mike Mignola, you know that he is the creator of the comic book character Hellboy, and he's been doing a ton of illustration work while we've all been going through all this, and he's been posting them on his Instagram, and I would highly recommend everyone go check it out, just because he's doing a bunch of different kind of fan art, but in his style, which I love so much. I know I've got this taken down in opacity to the point that it's barely visible. You know what? Let's just take a trip. I gotta do this. Mike. Oh, no. It's this one. Art. Mike Mignola. Look at that. So his style has these super robust blacks and then really nice clarity in the white. A ton of lovely texture. Look at that Kermit. It's absolutely wonderful. Can we pull that inspiration, throw it in our picture, even though the style that I've drawn it in is not insert a photo. There you go. Had some photos of me in there when I was using them for a reference for my classes. Photos of me being goofy. Alright. So just look at that. It's beautiful. Let's see if we can't find something that's nice and sharp. His look is. It may be the technical pencil. I mean, that may be the route to go. Obviously, there's some pixelation happening if I zoom in on this because I took a screen cap of that to pull over for reference. So let's try to find some clarification on this cat. We have its ear. Got this crown that we made. This other shape. No, that pencil's just too off the mark. Look at that. Nice and crisp. Still may not be hitting on all the cylinders. Let's come over here. What is it that we're looking at? Gives us what we want. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just trying to replicate it really quick. replicate his texture, replicate the line. I'm trying to bounce back and forth between not paying attention to what I'm drawing and still paying attention, but paying much more attention to the artwork that I'm referencing. This kind of thing, so I can already see right now, I've got this shape was getting a little too big, maybe for where I was drawing that eye. It's kind of close. There's absolutely nothing wrong with looking at another artist and trying to illustrate what they've drawn. It's way off. Try to practice drawing their drawings. Like, find a style that you like and try to emulate it. The problem comes in is if I sit here and I really try to hone in on this Kermit drawing, and then I tried to turn around and say that this is an original drawing. If I spent the time and I actually made it look as good as Mike Mignola. Let's write it up here so no one thinks. Mike Mignola. His Instagram handle is art of MM, I think. Let's go back. Yeah, art of MM. The problem would come in is if I was sitting here trying to do an illustration in his style, or exactly copying either by tracing, which is a big no-no, or just by trying to draw what he drew. The problem would come in is if I tried to pass that off as my own and I didn't give credit where credit is due. I'm so off on drawing today that it's just kind of frustrating right now, and that's okay. That happens. There's good days, there's bad days. Right now I'm kind of in a sculptory head because I was playing with all that cardboard and having fun. And then I tried to switch over and draw, and I just wasn't there. I'm making excuses. Don't do that. Just draw. Have fun doing it. But I couldn't pass this off as my own because it's not my own. It's Mike Mignola's. So that's the only hot water that you get in. But we would do that in undergrad some. It's called a master copy. Often you do it with like these big fine art masters. Not saying that they just have a degree in their masters, but you know, the hoity-toity people we get uppity about in fine art. But I gotta tell you, I went to an artist talk with Mike Mignola one time with Tyruman Ellingson. I should look that up. Ty Ruben Ellingson. I think that's right. One of the most interesting talks I've ever been to. It was a lot of fun. It was really great. And it gave me even more respect for Mike Mignola. And I already liked him before. So he counts as a master to me. Let's get my... Come on, iPad, switch back. There we go. Let's move this. Let's move our eye over. Let's just play. Kind of like my default answer to myself of getting all uppity in my head about stuff when I'm drawing is to just try to draw faster. So I don't really give myself time to overthink. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it don't. Oof, nose is creepy on that one. Did I turn this cat into a rabbit? Maybe a little bit. Sorry if my squeaking on the Crayola box is driving you wild, driving you nuts. Make that look for this cat better, I think. Using what we got here. Creepy cat foot. Wow, this cat is really starting to look frazzled. Maybe I'm feeling a little frazzled today. Wouldn't surprise me. Stop that. Horse is definitely feeling frazzled. I know that for a fact. It's okay though. It knows it's got a 3-day weekend coming up. I wish so badly I could play music as we stream. Maybe in a separate tab you should pull up a song called Coyotes by Don Edward. That's what's stuck in my head right now. It's a great song. Does that look like shadow? Kinda, but not really. That looks bad. Let's back that up. See, drawing faster does help. You get out of your head. I'm getting texts on the side from family members that are drawing along at home. Just with the confirmation that if you draw it faster, sometimes it helps. It helps put you here instead of here. Man, I hope you guys have another tab pulled up and you're listening to Coyotes by Don Edwards. That's a song. Say every couple years I get it stuck in my head for what seems like a couple months. Right now we're going on about 2 or 3 weeks where it's been stuck in my head. And I can't sing it too much because I don't think it's one of Kay's favorite songs in the world. While it's a really fun one to sing, I think if I do it too much, she may punch me. This kind of this insanity of lines that I'm doing for shading is partly what's going on over here. Mike Mignola's are way cleaner. I should write his name back up. Never should have taken it away. Instagram handle is art of but it's the same kind of texture that's going on. Some of it's directional and it stays together, and then it can shift sides. It's a version of cross hatching, just where there's not a ton of overlap of the lines. Like, it's not really this so much as it is directional changes. Can you see that? Even though it's blurry, there's some overlap, but most of it's lines and then picking up just slight shifts. Right? With a little bit better spacing than I gave it, but this is like a super chaotic, way faster version of what's going on over there. No, I did have the stream up over on my phone so I could see what's going on, just to kind of double check myself, make sure I'm doing all right on time, which I've actually got the time in front of me. I don't know what time about. I've already been here for an hour today. Today and for always, I apologize for the sniffles. It's just allergy's gonna be there for you, you know. You could feel abandoned by anyone, but your allergies are always gonna have your back. It's probably my least favorite thing about them. You guys could hear that. I don't know what that was. Sounded like a duck cleaning his shoes. now I'm kind of doing a combo of this. Oh, I just smacked with my hat that I'm working on. Of where I'm going back and I'm darkening a little bit more information in, but I'm not trying to tighten up and go like this and go real slow to get it in, because then that's taking the speed, that little speed variable back out, and we kind of need it so everything matches. That's a lot of anarchy. See, I don't have the nuance of Mignola yet. Look at this. Look at all this open white space. It's because he has a strong light source, so it's hitting Kermit from like this area. So he's divided the body up to represent that. And mine, I guess I had the light source coming from here, which means there should have been shade going on here. Probably should have been a bit on the bottom of this cat's chin. Definitely a ton here. Right now it just looks like the cat's really hairy. Cats are hairy, so I guess it's good. Anyways, let's just power through. There was a cowboy I knew in South Texas. I better not sing any more of it. Alright, I got a bunch of lines down. Look at all of them. See how going back in with these really chaotic lines are adding a little bit of shadow? So it makes a little bit more sense where that cat's foot is meeting this rocking horse. So you can use those lines to also still insinuate shape. Look, if we get, let me just draw a ton in here. If this gets too dark, like I've got it right down in here, then we've lost the ability to kind of differentiate the shapes between the cat and the horse. So there has to be a happy medium in there somewhere that you just kind of have to work through and find. Set out under the stars of beauty. Listen while coyotes howl. Sing. Ooh, yep, ooh, yep, ooh. Ooh, yep, ooh, ooh, ooh. back really frantically, bolting some lines up. To give some different weights. My legs are so restless. I have been going for a lot of walks during snoring spleen, whatever I've been calling it. But this is a little vivid here. My heels are really dried out and they cracked open. They're kind of gross, and it's like a big cut on both heels now. I can't. Been trying to heal them up and give them a break. Put some lotion and some band-aids, wrap them up real good, try to keep them hydrated, but they're not quite back with me just yet. So I haven't been able to go on my walks with the pup. My legs have just been restless the last 2 days. Set out under the stars of the Milky Way and listen while the coyotes howl. Okay. Ow. That thing is wild looking. Don't know what happened. Really got away from me. Still kind of like it on some level. Weird. Let's see where we at. We're at hour 10. It's a long time for my back today. Plug this thing. DALoftisArt.com. Why do I keep saying that? That is my website. My website is horribly outdated. DALoftisArt. Find that over on Insta handle. Not gonna lie, this guy's probably not going up there. But sometimes you eat the bar. Sometimes the bar eats you. I hope you're doing alright. If you just need to chat, you can hit me at loftiscraft@gmail.com. That's always an option too. That's always an option too. If you just want to chat, if you want to talk books, whatever. It's pretty fun. It got really out of hand. Seriously, I'd go longer, but my back's killing me. I gotta figure out something to do. Thank you all for being here today. I love you all. Thank you for the participation. It was fun. I'll see you soon. My back is a nightmare. Bye.